Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks the third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown 49!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from Nothing But Niners Crew. And, guys, we are here for a light Christmas Eve episode right here, guys. Now, I was going to go live yesterday. Had a couple of things going around, some last-minute things to do. You know what I'm saying? Some doctor's appointments for myself. My mom was supposed to get my hair done. Had to not do that for me and take my mom somewhere and all that. But it is all good. We are here. We're going to have some fun, man. Let's put a little festive box around the screen or something like that. There we go. That's fall. They don't have anything for these holidays. They didn't like do any updates. What's this? All right, we'll let that one rock, I guess. We'll let that slide for now. But yeah, so we are here to have some fun, man. I want to hear from Kyle Shanahan. He spoke right after the game yesterday. On Monday. And then some of the players. Just want to go through some of that stuff and then see if we can even get any tidbits from the locker room, all right? So let's run through some formalities really quick, and then let's have some fun, all right? If it's your first time here on the YouTube page, we hope you guys enjoy the show, all right? So scrolling across the screen now are going to be your instructions. Hit that like button on the episode, subscribe, and then turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live. Come and join the best party in the entire world. It's over at patreon.com/NB9ERS. Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. We have Snapchat and X. Those handles are nothing but 9. ERS, it's the number 9, nothing but 9, ERS. And then give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Those handles are nothing but Niners. That is spelled all the way out. If you're on IG, it is the nothing but Niners with underscores in between the words, all right? I'm your host with the most people call me Mike. Some people call me pain in the ass. It's all good. It depends on just what side of the bed I woke up on that day, I guess. I don't really know. But I am Mike Andrews, 83. That is my X handle. If you guys want to follow me over there, you feel free to do so. I'm not on there a lot, but it's all good, man. All right? So let's have some fun, man. We're going to break down the pressers from the players after the game. We're going to hear from Kyle Shanahan first because he had the important one there. Kyle breaks down what exactly the injury report was, and then he reflects on just how the team played overall. All right? I jump in from time to time. If it's your first time here, don't worry, man. You'll see how it goes. You'll see how it goes, all right? And I promise you're going to want to tell somebody else about it later on, all right? Let's go ahead and get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Shanahan, with no further ado. All right. All right, here we go.
All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Kittle had an ankle, did not return. Tatum zinged his ankle. He ended up coming back. And Sky Moore was evaluated for concussion and got cleared.
All right, so obviously that was a scare. Immediately after the game, everybody was wondering what the heck is up with George Kittle. Is he okay? And I am here to confirm that we have heard some positive news since then. Here we go.
Go ahead. No, not yet. He played with it for a while and just got too stiff, so find out tomorrow. Yeah, he did awesome, man. Played really well. Got on him for a couple he missed. But it was pretty close to a perfect game, so he did a hell of a job. Whatever those incompletions were. Juwan's been huge. I mean, the way he stepped it up last year. You know, when VA went down with his ACL and Juwan played as our #1 receiver all last year. He's had a lot of injuries this year. He's battled through them all, and he's been able to come back, and he's finishing the way that he's, to me, always been. I think both. I mean, last night was the first time I mentioned anything about that, just because we got in the playoffs last night. You know, I told him all year I don't want to talk about that, and but last night we got in, so I was able to talk about that. And when you know you're in the playoffs, that then you shift your goals next, and that's trying to make the playoffs the best situation we can possibly do. So we'd love to try to play a home game with Levi's, and we knew the only way to do that was to win tonight versus the Colts, and we got that done, and now we got elected to do that versus Chicago. What's that?
Can you share it all what that conversation was like?
I mean, just at the team meeting, the game ended right before we got in there, and I just told the guys how proud of them I was. I remember starting this offseason, bringing the guys over to my house back in OTAs, and all the vets, guys have been here for 3 or 4 years, and there's all guys who, every time we've gone to OTAs, it's been all about trying to get to a Super Bowl, trying to win a Super Bowl, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't really talk that way this year. We needed to focus on just trying to be the best team we could be, and we'll see what happens. And it's kind of been a motto all year, and I was just so proud that I actually now, last night, could congratulate them and actually talk about the playoffs. Because
I like that. See, Kyle is learning, and this is some of the stuff that I've been highlighting all year long, is when we see a difference in what Kyle Shanahan is saying and doing from years past. This is another one of them, right? All we heard about that year that Brock Purdy got injured going into that game against the Eagles, right? The following year it was, revenge tour, revenge tour, revenge tour. All the players were talking about it, and it was really pissing me off because you're basically looking past your entire schedule and just assuming you're going to get to the postseason. And that was a huge issue for the 49ers that year. Even when we were like 3-5 or something like that, and they were like, oh, we were here before a couple of years ago, and we know what we got to do to flip. Like, it's not just a switch. I love that Kyle is saying now that the message was, hey, we're not talking about that. If we make the playoffs, we make the playoffs. We got to focus on the next team at hand. And that's one thing that I have seen a little bit. I think that there was a team or two that they kind of overlooked. I won't get into it. Spilled milk. Can't use it now, right? But it's good to see that he's learning from it and saying that, he could finally address it after it was official that the Niners had earned their postseason mark. So I like that a lot. Kyle learning as a coach, as a play caller and all that. So keep up the good work, Kyle.
And that they got in there, and now it's time to position ourselves to try to do something special in that. I mean, each team's so different. Each game's so different. But, I mean, we had so much turnover this year. So we do have a ton of new guys. We have a ton of guys who have been here who have stepped it up. I don't think we've dropped any games that we should have won. I think we've been able to stay consistent throughout the year, and I think we came in with the mindset just taking it one game at a time and trying to get better throughout the year, and I think we have. I think we did today, and it's important that we continue that.
What are your impressions of Rivers?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He looks like I remember. The ball always goes to the right spot. He lets it go as fast as anyone. Can understand almost every coverage you're in. He got them into so many good plays today, and the ball was coming out, and he's amazing. Oh, it was huge. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Tig who made the play. It was awesome. They got him on a post there right before, and I think on that 3rd and long, and he came back and got it right back for us and let us get in a touchdown. So I thought he played unbelievable. Our special teams has been unbelievable, and to get that first turnover, I thought was kind of the momentum that gave us the lead, and we were able to keep it throughout the game.
Did you consider it?
I did consider it.
Good.
But I was a little reluctant off the information I got earlier on one. But I was thinking about it. And I still don't know what I was going to do. I was thinking about when they're on the line. I didn't know Brock was going to go quick count. Went quick count, so I didn't get to make that decision. And quickly, when I saw he scored, I was glad
wait a minute now.
But then they told me that
that's
he scored,
some new information.
I'm sure Jake's.
He was thinking about it as they were going to the line, and he didn't know Brock was going to go quick count. Hold up now. Hold up now. Look at this. This is me having to put my size 13 right back in my mouth again. There was an issue that happened in this game that caused us to burn a timeout where Brock Purdy had no comms, no communications. And I went on after the game, and yeah, we won. We won in impressive fashion, I think, as far as the offense goes. And I was pissed off at Brock and Kyle. It's like, dude, call your own play. We shouldn't have to burn a timeout. You've been in this system longer than any quarterback that Kyle's ever had. Why can't you call your own play if the comms go down? Right? And I'm like, Kyle is too much of a control freak. And here I am blasting Kyle Shanahan, saying that he's such a control freak. He's such a control freak. And he says, I didn't even know Brock was going to go quick count. Well,
excuse me, bitch.
I was wrong. Looks like he does let up a little bit in certain things. Get the play. How you choose to execute that play is on you. So, okay. All right. I'm liking it, Captain Niner. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Kyle is learning and Brock is evolving. I can't believe he just said that. Let me run it back a little bit. No. Come on.
I did consider it. I was a little reluctant off the information I got earlier on one. But I was thinking about it. And I still don't know what I was going to do. I was thinking about when they're on the line. I didn't know Brock was going to go quick count. Unless he went quick count, so I didn't get to make that decision. And quickly, when I saw he scored, I was glad that I didn't. But then they told me that he scored, so I'm sure Jake's upset with me, but it ended up all right anyways. I didn't see that either. They just said that the play was over and that you can't go hit the ball. I didn't see it, so I know our guys always go for the ball. I was told that he threw a punch at the ball and hit the ball, but they said it was too late.
So a lot of people were upset about that penalty. They thought it was a BS call. Let me rewind it. Hold on. I don't want to miss Kyle. We can't hear the question, but
when you have a veteran team who's gone through all punch at the ball and hit the ball, but
so this is about there was a penalty on Diamador Lenore during the game where I don't even remember who it was. Was it a Taylor? Anyways, someone had the ball on the right side of the offense, and Lenore comes running in and tries to punch the ball out. He does punch the ball out, but they threw a flag on it, and that's what they were asking. What happened there, but the forward progress has stopped and whistles had blown. It's the right. It's if nothing else, it's a delay of game. That's like a player kicking a ball when the refs are trying to set it. Like it's the same thing. I know that we were upset as a fan base, like, oh no, this is a bullshit call, blah blah. And I hear you. I do understand. Right? The outrage was crazy though. People walking around like,
are you fucking kidding me?
But it's like, dude, the forward progress was clearly stopped. Whistle had already blown. Yes, that's how players are coached per Kyle. But this is also, you got to play in the NFL rules as well. So I think that was a fair penalty when it's all said and done. People aren't going to like me. I know. All right, I can hear y'all booing me now. I can hear it already. Come on. It's okay. It's all right. But I do think that was a fair call. So, Kyle, I even like him saying he didn't see it, so he doesn't know.
I didn't see that either. They just said that the play was over and that you can't go hit the ball. I didn't see it, so I know our guys always go for the ball. I was told that he threw a punch at the ball and hit the ball, but they said it was too late. I just think when you have a veteran team who's gone through all that stuff, and since 19, when you come up short in the Super Bowl, like that's all you want to do when you come back. And 20 is talk about that, and things don't go well, and it makes it a really tough year. But then going to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl the next 4 years, or 3 out of the next 4, that's just all you can focus on. And especially. I remember guys like Bosa in 19 who's a rookie, or Debo in 19 who's a rookie, and they think that's all the NFL's about, get into the playoffs, trying to compete for a Super Bowl, and then the next year doesn't go right, and it kind of crushes your team. And I wanted guys to just know, like, you can't always look at it that way. Like, if you do, like, a couple bad things happen, a couple injuries happen, and you can get very deflated. I wanted guys to just focus on being the best they could. And when you've spent your whole time in the league, like guys like Brock and stuff, that every year you're in there, you're going to the NFC Championship or something. I had to kind of tell them the reality. That's not always the case. And get that out of your mind. That doesn't mean you can't do it. But we need to focus on just being the best team we can be and earning the right to talk that way. And those guys did that. They earned to get in the playoffs, and now we'll see what we can do in it.
How much more still has an unfit this team? The Colts on that offensively. But is there a reflection? I mean, if Brock playing, Dallas is ever playing, best he's ever playing?
I think he's playing pretty consistent how he's played. I mean, I think Brock's played at a pretty high level since he's gotten in this league, and I honestly think he's playing very well. But I think he's always played pretty good.
How do you sense that there was less of an issue in the locker room amongst the team when you did get those big injuries this year because of that mentality?
Maybe to a degree. You can ask them. I mean, that's possibly. I mean, like if everything you talk about is Super Bowl or bust and OTAs and stuff, and then you lose someone like Fred and Bosa, like that can change that. We weren't talking about that from the beginning. We're just talking about how trying to be the best we can, and that was a setback. It's hard to be the best you can when you lose some good guys like that, but guys never changed how they worked that next week. That was so cool. Like just even when we lost Bosa, I thought one of our best games was the next week on a 4-day rest, if I remember right, versus the Rams. When we lost Fred in Tampa Bay and coming back here, and thought we had one of our best games the next week versus Atlanta. So I've just been real proud of the guys and the character they've played with all year.
How challenging was it for your defense? You feel like got better as the game went on?
Yeah, I do. I thought we played a little bit more man in the second half. You know, anytime, I don't remember what it was exactly, but I think it was like a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 16, maybe a 3rd and 10. You know, Rivers, you got to slow down. He was hot, and then they made those big 3rd downs, which you're going to get blown out if that keeps happening. And I thought in the second half we tightened up, played a little bit more man, did a real good job in that, made some stops in the red zone. And, you know, they didn't run it a ton, but when they did run it, we shut it down. So I'm very proud of the guys with that.
See, that right there makes me feel good, Kyle. I like that a lot. I mean, it started out ugly, and I was thinking the whole time, man, this is going to be a freaking shootout, and it's going to come down to which quarterback messes up first. Now, Phillip Rivers coming back, he's going to give you at least one pick, right? Like it's just, you know, old man Rivers. You know, there's going to be times where if he has to press, that's the thing. In a shootout, he might not be pressing. But if he has to press, if they're trying to come back from multiple scores down, he's going to press a little bit. Maybe he does some of those things that we've accused Purdy of doing in the past, where it's like you physically can't do what you mentally want to do with the ball, right? And we kind of saw that at the end with that pick 6 there. Rivers just needed a little bit more zip on that ball to get it in there, but Winters heard the check, and we'll get to that later on. But I like what he was saying that, you know, in the second half, they played more man. And that was my big critique and criticism at halftime. It's like we're playing a lot of zone. I don't know if this was on the halftime show that I said that or if it was in the group text, but they were like, Mike, they're playing man. They're playing man. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to argue. I'm not the X's and O's guy, but
yeah,
Kyle's kind of confirming it here.
I thought we played a little bit more man in the second half. You know, anytime, I don't remember what it was exactly, but I think it was like a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 16, maybe a 3rd and 10. You know, Rivers, you got to slow down. He was hot, and then they made those big 3rd downs, which you're going to get blown out if that keeps happening. And I thought in the second half we tightened up, played a little bit more man, did a real good job in that, made some stops in the red zone, and you know, they didn't run it a ton, but when they did run it, we shut it down. So I was real proud of the guys with that. I thought he had a hell of a game. You know, I know he was battling stuff last week, and just for him to go out there and run the ball the way he did, first that run defense, you know, I think that's one of the better run defenses we've seen on tape, and I was proud of how the guys blocked, and Christian seemed like he ran real well today.
That was good to know also. And Kyle admitted that he was banged up last week. Last question, I think.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, I hear all week from Brant about punting and what we got to do, and then I'm like, dude, we haven't even done it in 2 weeks, so we can chill out a little bit. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that's going to do it for Kyle Shanahan, man. Round of applause for the head coach of the Niners right there, doing his thing. All right. Yes, Nigel, you are absolutely correct. Let me remove this from the Purdy just named NFC Player of the Week. He has to be. I mean, there's not anyone that was close to the performance that Purdy did this week. But I will say this. Oh yeah, Captain also said it. All right. I mean, but yeah. Also, 6 Niners were named to the Pro Bowl. I'm going to do that on another show. But again, applause to those guys. Brock Purdy for your weekly accomplishment. To the players for their season accomplishment as well. Kudos to those Niner players, man. I love seeing that. All right. Next up, we're going to have the players now. Now, this is their podium pressers. This is not going to be the locker room yet. I will get to the locker room after this, though, okay? So you guys stay right there. Sit tight. We're going to have some fun with this, all right? So let's go ahead and get it. Okay. Here we go, baby.
Congratulations. But how fun was that to throw 5 touchdowns passes
Yeah, it was cool. To be out here playing against Phillip Rivers and the Colts, like they're a great team, but just more than anything, just taking it one drive at a time, and as an offense, just having a standard and trying to play with that standard and with the guys that we have out there, man. So to go out and execute like we did and to keep doing that, just really proud of those guys, man. Just everybody in our team, just defense getting stops at clutch moments, and the turnover at the end of the game to seal it with D winners, like. Just feels good to to play together as a team and win on the road, tough environment. Monday Night Football, Phillip Rivers, like they got some momentum over there and stuff. So just a huge win for us.
I think the most impressive thing about Brock Purdy's performance in this game, the 5 touchdowns are very, very impressive, right? But I felt like he could have thrown for even more. Like I don't feel like Brock was pressing at all this entire game. Like there was never a moment where I was like, oh man, he's trying to like force stuff that he doesn't need to. Like when Brock is operating this offense in rhythm, the Niners are unstoppable, man. They are unstoppable. And again, this was a concern that I had with like the whole, oh man, like what's going to happen without these wide receivers out there? And we lost George Kittle late in the third quarter or whatever. Like it was just what's going to happen. We didn't miss a beat, man. People were saying the blocking got worse. I don't think so. I don't think it got worse, man. So this was absolutely fantastic for Brock Purdy, man. So again, short applause. Good job, Brock, man. Good job, man. Brock Purdy has officially won me over, guys. He's won me over, man. This team is clearly not built to come back from behind, but it's hard to say that when you have a game where they put up 48 points, right? Like how can you say that and say, yeah, they put up 48 points, they can't come back from behind? It seems like it doesn't go hand in hand, right? But, I mean, the run game was finally going to open up the pass game, and that's what we've been missing all year long. This was the best running performance the 49ers had all season long, and it's not a coincidence that we put up almost 50 points, 48 for the win, man.
Well, Kyle said that you talked to you guys last night because you officially made the playoffs yesterday. What was that conversation like? And, did you talk about his remaining schedule and the package that you got?
Yeah. He spoke to the team and just basically told us, obviously, congrats on making it to the playoffs, and it's not something we can just overlook. Like, it's pretty cool to do that, and so felt good about that. But obviously, the next challenge is, like, we just win one game at a time and try to be the best that we can going into the playoffs. And obviously, we know what's at stake with the first seed and all that, but we can't, get our minds wrapped around just that. Like, we have to go handle business and play a really good team in Chicago next week coming to our place. So we have to be locked in. We have to watch this film. We have to get better. So, but it was cool hearing Coach, sort of congratulate us. But also, there's a lot of work to be done. So. Yeah, I think that was, awesome that he did that, because the last couple of years, the culture and the teams that we've had, that was a realistic goal to go attack the first seed, go make it deep into the playoffs, go make it to the Super Bowl, win it. Like, those are great goals and realistic. This year, I think it was just really cool for him to understand our team, where we're at, and, the turnover and all that kind of thing, and being real with the older guys that have been here, and the challenge of, hey man, like, we got to win some gritty games, early in the year, in the middle of the season, and then late in the year, and see where we're at when it's all said and done. So I think it's just been really cool, because that's been our mindset. Like, we just take it 1 week at a time. We haven't been getting wrapped up in the playoff picture or anything like that. And then, once we just handle business 1 week at a time, we're sitting in a good spot. So that's just really good coaching on his part, and you can see his experience coaching and stuff to be able to relay that to all the guys.
Sorry if you could ask something. When you had some big series
You have a stroke like this, like, you feel like I'm very lucky on this one. Is there anything
No, man, I think it's just putting pressure on myself. You know, every drive before I go out there, like, hey, man, like, go out. It's one play at a time. Every play has a life of its own, but put pressure on yourself to be detailed, do the fundamentals right, and it's like living in that kind of mindset rather than trying to make stuff up or just say, hey, let's get into a rhythm here. It's like actually take action in that. So that's been my mindset, and then obviously to be able to win games like we have and put a streak together, it's great and all, but you know, we don't get wrapped up in that. Like, we have to legit watch the film, get better, and go blue collar, win it the next week. That's our mindset. Honestly, it sort of hit me like, dang, like, all I've heard since I've been here is we got to make it to the Super Bowl, and I've looked at that like, let's go. We got a great team to go do it. I just got to be on top of my job and do my part, and we're gonna roll. And then so just hearing Kyle say that, you know, early in the offseason, for me it was like, all right, like we got to find ways to win games. Like I said, early in the season, middle, and late, and it's not always gonna be pretty. You know, since I've been here early in my career, we were, you know, dominating teams, and the game was basically over in the fourth quarter. And so now it's like, you know, we got to find ways to win all the way through the very end.
My bad.
And keep stacking those wins. So you never take a win for granted in the NFL, and that's something that I've learned, you know, the last 2 years. So I don't know. I think when he told us that, I sort of started getting my mind wrapped around for the type of season that we've had.
Last one. 2 years ago, Monday night, against Lamar, and you said you tried to make it too much. But it was a lot. I don't know. It's a little bit different. I mean, have you grown, I guess, in that way? I mean, Greg, you know, here, right? Like, you know, just in that part of you mentally and
Yeah, I would say so. You know, not letting the environment or the situation of the season and the game dictate how I go out and think throughout a game. I feel like right now it's, you know, I got to be my best one play at a time, be smart with our team and where we're at, but also like still have the chip on my shoulder to go attack. And so it's all of that. Not, you know, that Christmas game a couple years ago, it was like, man, we're Christmas, Monday night, MVP talk, like, hit a couple completions early in the game, felt good, and then after that, I'm getting complacent with going through my reads and stuff and making the right decisions. So definitely have learned from that, but you know, there's always still room for improvement.
Brock, now that you finished the playoff spot, can you guys talk about, you know, trying to win a Super Bowl now and kind of, you know, focusing on what special season this could be on the stretch?
I mean, yeah, I think that's obviously the reality of what could happen if we just take it one game at a time. But you know, for us, you know, once we get into the playoffs and everything too, that's going to be a brawl in itself. So that's a whole nother road for us, man. We got to go put on a showcase and win the game on Sunday against Chicago. So I think that's where we're at right now. We got to watch this film, get better from it. But, you know, more than anything, it's how can we be our best going into playoffs? You want to play good football going into the tournament. So
I like that question, right? You got Kyle saying that we have not been focused on the postseason or Super Bowl and all that, and Brock saying the same thing, like, all right, Kyle changed it, you know. He said when he first got here, it was Super Bowl or bust, basically, is what the team's mindset was going into the season. Kyle took that focus away, but let's be honest, now that you guys have locked up a place and you can possibly win out and get the #1 seed overall, blah, 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 are you thinking about it? Any player who says no, they haven't thought about it, I'm going to tell you guys that they're lying. They're absolutely lying. But now that you have it clinched, it's gonna be on your mind. It is. And Brock said a key word here: complacent. You know, you can't become complacent at this point now. Now you still have to focus. You still have to have that same mindset that you had from the start of the season, one game at a time. Let's go out there. We're gonna win some ugly games. We're gonna have some nice games also along the way. But we have to stay consistent and not be complacent. So I absolutely love that, man. Like that honesty.
You're good, Brant Scott. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, when we watched like the What It Takes film earlier in the week, like even the game against Seattle, like Phillip Rivers is going through his reads. He's moving the ball, like smart with the ball. Physically, obviously, it was like you could see that, you know, he needed to get a little bit more, just more on his throws or whatnot in certain instances. But outside of that, man, he's playing quarterback at a high level, like making decisions and stuff. So when I saw him doing that the first couple drives, I was like, I mean, that's a Hall of Fame quarterback right there, like going through his reads and making you pay. So for me, it was how can we go and be our best on offense every drive and go, you know, the beginning of the drive to go score. Like that was our mindset every drive. So especially when you're going against a guy like Phillip Rivers. Thanks, guys.
All right, next up is George Kittle.
Howdy. Oh,
Ugly sweater winner, officially.
How we doing? Pretty excited. We won Monday Night Football on the road. It is after 12 already. Can't wait to get on the plane and go home. My concern level, I don't think it's a high ankle sprain, so, you know, we'll take it one day at a time, and we'll go from there. It happened second quarter. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. We had a drive. I feel like I got hip
sideline
dropped.
catch.
Ankle got stuck in the grass or the turf, the cork turf, really weird field. And, you know, try to tape it up, went in the third quarter. Then it just got worse from there. And, you know, if I can't, you know, run very fast or plant, then I think it's a better op for my other tight ends to go in there and make plays.
So this is a lot of people are wondering if they're going to review this play as a hip drop tackle and all that. And we have seen it happen against the 49ers in particular. Last week's win, there was a hip drop tackle that did not draw a penalty, but that did draw fines from the NFL. George is saying that he thinks that that's what happened to him. I went back and watched the play, and I could see the argument for both sides, if I'm being honest. It was a little bit of a bang-bang thing. I'm not mad that the officials did not throw the flag at the time, but I also would not be surprised if there was a penalty on it later on. Yeah, Shulong, you're absolutely right. It happened to Ricky the previous game on Kyle's birthday. So, you know, like it's things like that. That one was obvious. I think Ricky's was way more obvious. This one was Kittle heading to the sideline. Actually, I believe it was the same sideline, believe it or not, the left sideline, the left of the offense that had happened. And Kittle tried to battle through it. And then there was a play later on in the third, early in the third quarter where Kittle, you could watch that same left ankle kind of get caught up. And that's when he hobbled off the field, and they were like, uh-oh, yeah, something's up with Kittle. But he's saying that it was aggravated earlier. So the good news is that the reports have come out. It's been confirmed that it is not a high ankle sprain. If it was a high ankle sprain, I doubt Kittle would have been able to come back in and play into the third quarter at all. So the fact that he was able to do that is something positive. So, you know, here's the happy healing and good health for Kittle. Let's go.
That's pretty cool.
How on point is he right now?
I think he's operating at an incredibly high level. I thought he looked really good last week against Tennessee. You know, he's just out there. I mean, he did a lot less running around today, too, than he did last week. So, I mean, he has a bunch of different elements to his game that allows him to be a really good quarterback and play at a super high level for us. So, I mean, I think he's playing at a really high level. And, I mean, from the start, I think I've told you guys that I feel like we're going to go as far as our offense takes us. And, you know, if our offense is putting up 40-ish points and we get a pick six at the end, too, that's really helpful.
Kyle was talking about how the mindset this year was not winning.
Mm-hmm.
How is that for you as a veteran who's been through it all? How is that different to have that different kind of goal this year?
Well, like, you start every season, then your goal is, you know, that's what you want to do. You want to go to the Super Bowl, you want to win it. That's your goal. And while, like, I appreciate Kyle saying that, you know, hey, our mindset's a little bit different this year. I mean, like, me personally, like, I've always been like 1 week at a time. It is what it is. Like, I mean, we've had great teams where we started the year 5-0, lost 3 games in a row, and just like then we bounce back and we go off on a roll there. So it's like it's always one game at a time for me. You know, we have a lot of young players. We had guys leave. You know, we had a lot of guys that need to step up, and you know, as long as our offense keeps chugging along, you know, that's all I really care about. That's pretty cool. Oh, did we really? Whoa. Whoa.
What do you think is the biggest difference between this year's team and last year?
Good a question. What's the biggest difference between this year's team and last year's team? 11 losses now.
I would
11
say
wins.
one, Christian McCaffrey being healthy, huge. I mean, he's
obvious
900 yards both ways. It's pretty sick. Good job, Christian. And then I'll give credit to two coaches. One, I love Robert Saleh. I just think like his energy and his fire that he brings every single day, and he's like a really good coach. I think that's awesome. And then our other guy, Gus Bradley. He gives the greatest pump-up speeches the night before every game. And,
there it is.
They're just
there it
stories,
is.
You don't really have anything to do with football. They're just like fun, but they always have like a really good point at the end. Like whether it's like, get in the wheelbarrow. It's like, everybody hop in the wheelbarrow together. We're all going in the same direction. Just stuff like that. And it like just brings like this. I know. I view him like similar to me, Gus. Like just loves the game of football, has a great time coaching it, loves every single day, every opportunity, win or loss, like loves it. And like that just kind of bleeds into the entire office. And so having someone like that, I think is incredibly helpful too.
Smoking on that Colts pack.
Really let you guys talk about the playoff, especially the first last night.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about the team meeting. What was that conversation?
You basically said it like that. I mean, he just brought it up. He goes, "Hey, like congratulations." Like we can kind of think about it. We can kind of talk about it. Like all of our focus is on Monday night, obviously, but congratulations to you guys. And we're in the driver's seat, which is a crazy concept for us, but at this time. But I'll just say it's a normal team meeting from Kyle. Like he sets high expectations of us as a team, and then we try to go out there and make him happy. Dan Gummit.
When you were, I don't know what your expectations were. I mean, it was kind of, you did fine last week against Seattle, but this was a different level.
He looked pretty good, didn't he? Yeah. You get more than a week, and you can kind of figure it out again.
Were you, I don't know, like, concerned, but as you're watching out of the sidelines, and you see like, you look kind of feel good. You're like, oh, this is going to be really.
Yeah, I mean, I think they had a great game plan. You can't really run zone against Phillip Rivers because he'll just take the check down every single time. They did a lot of that tonight. There's running deep routes, hitting us, for short yards. And then, when they got a lot of one-on-one coverage, he did a great job on all their crossing routes, did a great job on their seam balls, giving guys opportunity balls. I mean, Phillip Rivers is Phillip Rivers. Like, he's going to go out there. He wouldn't have said yes if he didn't think he could do it. And you give him an extra week. He played in a game against one of the best defenses in the league in Seattle, and almost won. And we knew that we were going to have our hands full regardless because he knows how to play the game. He knows how to get the people going. I mean, after their first scoring drive, they put the camera on him, and he's like firing the whole crowd up. And that was louder than most of our third downs. I was like, oh my goodness, do not let this guy get hot, please.
Right. Yeah. Wait, whoa. We don't want to see any of that. Although I do love St. Jude. Oh, now I kind of want to let it go. I can't. I'm sorry.
No,
Shout out to St. Jude, one of my favorite places to donate to.
And for him to now play like that these last few games, validating or reassuring, or kind of what's your take on him just putting together these last games?
That's just what I expect from Brock. I mean, luckily I get to see him the entire offseason. I see the work that he puts in. Like, he beats me to my own gym, which is 100 yards from my house. Like, he beats me there every single morning, warming up. Like the work that he puts in the entire offseason, the work that he puts in the preseason, the extra meetings he does, the film study he does. Like, I expect Brock to be a really good quarterback. And then you see last week he's running around, scrambling. This week he's more, just throwing darts left and right. Doesn't care who's in, doesn't matter where he's throwing it to. He just expects the guys to make the play. That's a quarterback that we've had for the last, was this his fourth year? Right? Yeah, we've had him for 4 years. That's what I expect him to do. And I mean, when you miss games and you're concerned with an injury, like you're thinking about multiple things at once. And so now that he's not thinking about it, hey, there's Brock Purdy.
All right, thanks, George.
Thanks, guys.
How fun is it to be part of an offense?
It's really fun, man. Yeah, I mean, that's a.
Let me pause this really quick. So I saw a question here about Bethune. I wasn't going through the injuries necessarily, but so the Bethune had an ankle injury during the game, but he did return, guys. So my understanding is that he's going to be monitored, but just like George Kittle, both of them with ankle injuries, they both should be okay for next game. But obviously that's not anything official yet until the Niners make it official. But Bethune did return. George Kittle did not. All right, now the good news is that George Kittle's injury happened in the first half. He did come out in the second half. He tweaked it again, and then they were like, all right, let's sit him down. So it was more precaution than anything. George Kittle just confirmed that when he went to the podium that it was not a high ankle sprain. So he says we'll see after they evaluate it a little bit more. Now let's go ahead and get to our guy, Christian freaking McCaffrey, over 1,000 yards on the season. Let's go, baby.
To, everybody showing up, doing their job, playing complete football, starting with the O-line and Brock, and just being great on third down and opening up good lanes. I mean, those guys up front did a hell of a job all day. Coaches did a great job scheming it up, and they blocked their asses off all day, and so, made our job easy.
Are you at a point right now where you can reflect on that?
Yeah, I mean, that stuff's awesome, man. I mean, you don't play the game for that stuff. You play the game because you love football, and you love playing with your teammates and going out there and competing. But anytime you hear stuff like that, it is cool. I don't take it for granted, and to be mentioned with guys like that's a huge honor for me. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I know that when we can not punt and continue to move the ball and finish with touchdowns instead of field goals. I think it's it's a big deal. And just again, I think I give all the credit to those guys up front and Brock doing his job and receivers getting open. I think that's really when that's rolling and Brock's doing his thing and the O-line is doing what they're doing. It's a fun offense to be a part of because we have the staff that can scheme things up.
Thank you, Christian.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, it's a good question. I just think, there's a lot of things were going on last year. So I think it was a lot deeper than just having a team together, So, it's always been a next man up league, but, I really can't really just put my finger on it to say, like, we doing this more than we did last year. Obviously, I didn't play a lot of games last year, so it's hard for me to give you, like, a full analysis. But, I think just this year, I think we understand, like, it's not going to be given to us. You think coming off the Super Bowl, like, you're just going to be right back there or even close. And, maybe that knocked the edge off a little bit. And this year it's kind of like, no matter what kind of team we got, we know we got to go out there and play the game. No, I'm just saying it was just a lot. Like I said, we had the Super Bowl loss. I myself wasn't at camp. Just a lot going on. Of course. Yeah, I mean, just, when you're in that huddle, it's only one voice speaking, right? And you got 10 grown men staring at you. And, you can't fool grown men, right? And the confidence
Talk your shit,
he
Trent.
has in that huddle, no matter what phase
Talk
of
your
the
shit,
game,
Trent.
Those long play calls, just getting everybody where they need to be.
Come on.
I mean, he from A to Z, he does it at a really high level.
Yes, sir.
And, I say it all the time. He's a godsend, man, for us to get him where we got him. And obviously, he's getting what he deserves now. But, you can't even tell he's still the same guy. Still the same guy from his rookie year. And he's just a baller, man.
All right, let me answer this question really quick before I get too far away from the Christian McCaffrey thing. Niner Faithful 8080 says here, do you want to see CMC be the first player to get 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving, or not force it? All right, so just a couple of corrections on you here. One, CMC has done that already. He did it in 2019 with the Carolina Panthers, making him the second player to do so. And the first was our very own Roger Craig. Roger Craig did it before. Roger Craig actually has 2 seasons now, hear me out, with 2,000 all-purpose yards, but he didn't hit the receiving mark that year. It was like 800 something, but he had over 1,200 rushing. So he's done it He's only done it once with the 1K and 1K. Roger Craig. CMC did it in 2019 with the Panthers. This will be his second time, making him the only player to do it twice officially. All right, so that's what's on the line here. He needs 151 receiving yards now. He's already over the 1,000-yard mark for rushing. He's at 1039 right now. He's at 949. I'm sorry, 849. He's at 849 receiving, so he needs 151. And I do think that it's possible that he can get it. Do I want to see him do it? Sure, but not if it's going to be forced. All right, so that's what I got for you guys. Back to big man Trent.
I mean, you play the game to win a Super Bowl, right? There's no second place, there's no third place, there's no consolation prize. So I think every team feels like if we can't win the Super Bowl, it's like there's no way I can call this season a success. Do I call it a bust? And I wouldn't call it a bust. I think that's a harsh term. But the goal is to compete for a Super Bowl. And, you know, if you're not doing that, then I don't think you can say that you accomplished the goals you set out to. I mean, for me personally, because I was here, right? Last year, it's hard for me to put my finger on it because I was away. But this year, you know, like I said, I think it was just we knew that, like, we had the team that can compete, but we knew it wasn't going to be one of those things we just walked through everybody how we did in 23. We knew that we was going to have to, you know, ride together a little bit tighter. We was going to have to, you know, play a little harder. And he was going to have to, you know, we're going to have to make plays. Big-time players making big-time money was going to have to make plays. It wasn't going to be a season where we can defer to anybody, right? You gotta have your best players playing their best. So I think that's the difference. But like I said, it's hard for me to tell you that wasn't the case last year because I wasn't here.
Have you been through playoffs in both ways, where you're low seed and trying to play on the road, and also how important is it for you guys?
It's really important. It's important. It's not end all be all, but it's definitely important. You know, we got 2 playoff teams coming up, so I'm just more excited to see how we match up. Can we continue to play the football that we're proud of, the football that we played tonight? You know, because it's a great chance that we could see one of those 2 teams in the playoffs as well. So, you know, I'm not really the number 1 seed. Obviously, it's a path to that, but it's not the number 1 thing in our mind right now, especially not mine. I just think we need to get to the point where we're playing the football that we know can win football games.
See, when I say it, they be like, Mike, you tripping. We getting that number 1 seed. We got to get it. We got to get it. We got to get it. And Trent's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but we just got to get to the postseason and try to get to the playoffs, man. If it's number 1 seed or not, it don't make a difference, man. This is what I'm talking about. We as fans, we hyper-focus on, we want to be the best. We want to get the number 1 seed, right? Y'all want that number 1 seed so you can brag. We were the best team in the NFC, right? Like, that's what it is. It's not about that. It's not about that for the players. It is Super Bowl. We got to get back there, period. And if you look at that AFC, and look at the teams that are in the playoffs right now, there's no team over there that's striking a whole bunch of fear in us. It's not. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's not. So I like our odds. If we get the number 1 seed, that's cool. That's a blessing. We'll take that, obviously, right? But we got to focus, man. It's Bears. That's it. Hyper-focus. Block out everything else. Even Trent is telling you, hey, like, cool, you know? But so what? That's it, man. So I like this, man. I like this energy that Trent is bringing, man. Keep talking that talk, big dog.
And we take that into the playoffs, anything can happen.
Last one, guys. A little bit more together this year. That's something you're going to have to do. We lost players that we lost their corner. Do you think having that mentality is what kept you guys on track?
Yeah, for sure. I think it brought us closer together. You know, but I'd be lying to tell you that it didn't affect us. It affected us. It affected everybody. Seeing your leader, the best linebacker in the game, on the ground, hearing that, you know, one of your other leaders, Nick Bosa, one of the best DNs in the league, has torn his ACL. It's really hard to take that and just say, all right, next man up, you know. I'd be sitting here lying if I told you that was the case. But, you know, I think it brought us closer together. You know, it gave other guys a chance to step up. And, you know, guys like Tatum, we're really happy for him. So the team just kind of surrounded him, coddled around him, and just, you know, we knew how important this opportunity was for him. We really wanted him to play good. I think he seized his opportunity. You look at getting Cleve back because of the depth at the end and what he's done for us. You know, I think it all matters. It all matters, and I think it all made us closer.
He's right here.
All right. I think it's the last one. This is D. Winters, and then we're going to go to the locker room segment real quick.
Yeah, you know, Salah brought us to the sideline and was pretty much just saying, stop panicking. And, you know, we are young at defense, and, you know, we have all the confidence in the world. And so, Salah, like I said, Salah just pulled us aside and kind of just told us, like, let's play our brand of football. And, you know, I think once we got settled in and kind of got the 3 and out, that's when, you know, guys start to build momentum and, you know, we won the game.
This is giving me heavy Easy E vibes right now. He's just missing sunglasses and a Jerry curl coming out the back of that joint, bro. This is cruising down the city in my. All right, never mind. Let me stop. Never mind.
Yeah, that surprised us a lot, honestly. We saw a bunch of quick game against Seattle, and, you know, we wanted to be, you know, very reactive once we saw, like, the quick game. So them coming out was a little bit different, and, you know, that's what we had to adjust to. But, you know, Salah did a great job at halftime and, you know, letting us know what kind of looks we were going to get, and, you know, I think we executed pretty well. Yeah, the drive previously, I kind of heard a check, and they kind of ran a little spot route the same way they did on the interception, and I kind of just heard the check, and I was like, man, I'm just about to just try to trust my instincts right here and make a play, and, you know, it came up huge for us.
What's it feeling?
It felt like a movie, honestly. When I caught the ball, all I heard was my heart beating, and, you know, I just saw the end zone, so I was like, let's go score.
That adrenaline pumping, baby.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just watching him play football growing up, and then obviously getting to play against him and, you know, have a pick six against him was huge. So definitely grateful for that, and, you know, appreciate him for coming up and speaking with me. Man, they've been, you know, improving each and every week. You know, I'm so proud of those guys, and, you know, even Stout and, you know, all the rookies. I think they're gaining more confidence each and every week, and like I said, I'm very proud of them. No, not really, honestly. It was my first career pick, so, you know, I'm definitely going to enjoy that one. But, so, yeah.
Imagine your first pick going all the way back to the house, man. That's fire,
fake,
bro.
honestly. Like, I don't even
I
know.
hope he got that ball.
I was just
You
like,
better have it.
all right, this is real. So, you know, like I said, Salah did a great job preparing us, and, you know, I think we executed it on all levels. And you know, there's some things we got to clean up, but overall, I think we did pretty well.
Not a lot of playoff experience.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think we just need to focus on, you know, the remaining schedule. The playoffs going to come, obviously, but, you know, I think our main focus is just to go 1-0 next week and, you know, go from there. Yeah, we kind of came out flat, but, you know, I think Salah's probably one of the most poised, you know, coaches that I've ever had. And he, you know, whenever you can have a calm, you know, deep coordinator like that, you know, it just gives you all the confidence in the world, like everything's going to be all right. And, you know, he does a great job at halftime, and, you know, we're thankful for that. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of felt like forever, honestly, you know, being this late of a game for us, and also them coming out and doing the complete opposite of what we expected also played a huge part in it. So I think it was a good job by them, you know, switching it up. And, you know, I think, like I said, Salah did a great job adjusting at halftime. Thank you.
Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all telling me that's not what we saw? Huh? Look at that. That's the vibe I was getting that whole time he was up there, bro. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Let's go ahead and get to these locker room joints, man. All right. We're going to start with Kendrick Bourne. Let's get him up here now. All right. KB.
$500,000.
Woo!
Not on the first one, which you thought it was going to be, but then you still got it.
It's embarrassing. No, it was embarrassing. I let the ball down. I thought I caught it, but I just got to focus. I low-key was celebrating, straight up. I was excited, so got to calm down, the jitters. So shout out Brock, he got me the second one, but
you a vet, bro. You can't do that. Yeah,
focus,
come on, man.
Catch it through the ground. I definitely caught it, but then I just kind of let it go, trying to celebrate. So it just got to focus.
But then you finally got it.
Then I finally got it. So all my receivers, I told them to give them some money. They've been excited, so they've been rooting for me. So I'm gonna give them some money on Monday. Tuesday, tomorrow.
He's giving you a tough time for not getting your 1 yard.
Yeah. He's a troll. He's been trolling me. That's my guy in New England. So being over here, he be on me. But he's like, you couldn't get 1 yard. The whole team was on me. Kyle was on me. Hank. But
see, this is the issue, right? So you're looking at it now, and it's like, all right, I got a $500K bonus. I told my receivers I'm gonna give them all some money, and I hear that, and that sounds good. But he earned the bonus in Indianapolis. The team writes the check out of California, so you got to pay double the taxes. So now you automatically down to let's just call it 245, 245 to 255. What are you giving the receivers? And why? I just don't I love it, and I love the cheerful giving and all that stuff. It's great. He's got some more incentives in there he can still reach, though. There's a $750,000 bonus that he could turn that into instead of the $500,000 bonus. But I don't know, man. You break it down too much, and you walking away with $100,000 out of your $500,000. It's nuts. The tax is gonna take more of it than what you actually bring home anyway. So just be careful out there, KB, man. Got to be careful with the promises you make to the people. But I am glad that he got it.
it's been fun. The guys support me. They troll me too when I'm done get it, but we got it. Thank God.
What do you say about Brock's performance today?
Brock's performance was great. 5 touchdowns. Only thing I think about is I dropped the ball. I hate that. I made him throw an interception. He was having a perfect game. And
glad he took ownership.
Going back and forth. He's like, no, I could have hit you. I was like, no, I dropped it. So that relationship.
And that's what I like to hear too. I
Holding
like to hear both of those guys saying, no, it's on me, it's on me. Could have been a catch, could have been a better throw. Both are true.
Too far across the field. So that's the things I think about. We play good, but those little details trying to put a team away. But D Winter, shout out D Winters, he saved me. He went pick 6, so it all worked out. But I just got to finish it.
The offense is not punted this month.
Wow. Shout out special teams. They've been playing phenomenal. Sky, that was his most returns, I think. I always talk about it. But putting up those points and stuff like that has been fun. So that's good. That's good.
Now that you're at the 500K incentive, what's the next?
Just focusing. I could have played so much better today. Like I said, I want to make that first catch. I want to make the last catch. That's what's funny. I had that first one and that I could have caught and to help the team, and the second one. So just holding myself to that standard. Yes, it was fun. We win, but I can always play better and just focusing. It's not I'm goofy. Y'all already know that, but it's not that's what affects me. It's just that's what was getting to me. I know it's there, so I'm ready to celebrate. I'm ready to, the whole team knows, but it's that focus while something like that is clear. So I'm glad it's over. I got some other incentives, but that's besides the fact. But
that's
it's
right.
so funny because the team,
that's right. You do.
I told my receivers, I'm giving y'all some money and stuff like that. So just showing love. I got a blessing, so giving a blessing back. And, just focusing when those things are close.
Where's the chemistry, with this team at right now? 5th straight win. Seems to be clicking at the right time.
Yeah, it's powerful. I think it's Brock. Brock is he's playing at a high level, and he's our leader, and he's playing like it. And the way he's holding it down and making the right reads is it's crazy, and I'm glad to be part of it.
You made the playoffs.
We were watching it last night at the hotel, and it was fun. So that last play was crazy. They talked about it for 10 minutes. They called OPI, so we were all celebrating. It was good team bond.
Our culture, we're going to be a warrior mentality. We're going to be good people off
All
the
right,
field.
so
but we
we're
ain't
going to get
backing
that
down
out of
for-
here. Stop that. Next up, we got CJ West. All right. We're going to bring CJ West to the stage now. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready? If you're not, too bad. Here we go.
What do you say about you and both Alfred getting your first sacks of your careers here?
Oh man, that was huge. You know, seeing me and Alfred get that, it means a lot because we put in a lot of work as rookies. You know, me and him are always together, and you know, to share that moment together was huge because you know we share a lot of moments together, and be able to share that one as well was awesome. You know, really happy for each other.
Definitely made sure to come up and congratulate you.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing for him as well. Like I was the first person when he got there, I was the first person to be there to celebrate with him because I know he deserves it. He deserves everything. So it was awesome to be able to see that.
What adjustments did you guys make? It was a little tough going up against Phillip Rivers at the first.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great quarterback. You know, he does what he needs to do, gets the ball out on time. I mean, when he throws the ball, it looks like it's in the perfect spot every single time. So, you know, really our goal is just to make him feel uncomfortable, get middle pressure, get in his face a little bit, and so it's a little blurry. You know, his reads are a little blurry and stuff. So, you know, that was a goal, and that's what we, you know, ended up doing.
Alfred said it was almost a little bit of surreal going up against Phillip Rivers,
Yeah,
someone that he
definitely
watched. Yeah.
You know, watching him growing up as a kid, and you know, I mean, well, he retired 5 years ago, so I'm like, I'd never get to play against him. But actually being able to do it and see him face to face, it's a pretty cool moment. Can't lie.
Man, make some noise. First sack for CJ West against a future, some people say Hall of Famer. I don't know if I'm putting Phillip Rivers in the Hall of Fame, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. But whatever. I'm not doing it. But definitely a guy that's got a name, a reputation, and a known winner in the NFL, and Phillip Rivers. So kudos to him, man. Very, very good job by him. All right. Next up, we're going to have this is going to be let me see, which one do I want to do? Nah, she mentioned Alfred. I like this. I'm going to go receiver, defensive lineman. Let's go back to receiver again. Y'all, we're going to have KB here. Not KB, I'm sorry, Jawan Jennings. So here we go. Let's do Jawan Jennings.
Jawan, first of all, you psyched out that fan with the football. Was that planned or just for the moment?
All right, so Jawan Jennings has this bad guy around the league mentality going on these last 4 weeks, right? It's getting into it with different players and all that stuff. Players saying that they don't respect him as a man and they're going to hit him in his jaw and they better not catch him outside and blah, 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 blah. And he's kind of embracing that, right? So then he gets he gets the touchdown. And he goes up and he goes hand the ball to the young lady and she's like, oh, yeah. And he snatches it back and he runs away. So that's what they're asking about right here. Let's see why he did it. I know why he did it, but let's see why he did it.
That was just for the moment. Felt kind of right to do. She didn't have on any 49ers gear, so that's what she got.
You guys just got your 11th win. You had 11 losses last year. What's the biggest difference between this year's team and last year's team?
Oh, man, it's football. It's football. I think you had to go watch the film to see.
Brock was just slinging it today. I mean, how many different people got touchdowns? Pretty great.
Wasn't it like 5 different people? Yeah, it was definitely a Christmas Eve night.
4 different
I would
people,
say,
5 touchdowns.
for sure.
How much confidence does this team have right now?
Tons. The same confidence that we had each and every week. Going back to Grant, even last year, same confidence. Just gotta be able to just stack this and move forward.
Kyle was talking about this year, the shift from let's get to the Super Bowl to let's just be the best that we can. How has that mentality helped this team?
Every day is just grind it out week. We got a short week coming up, and now we're worried about the Bears that quick. Just grind it out.
How much do you enjoy seeing Kendrick get that extra bonus in his contract?
Oh yeah, we love it. We love money. We love this money talk. This money talk is a money grab, man. I love it, man. Happy for KB. Energy he brings, for him to come back. It meant a lot, honestly, because I wanted to play with KB. So it means a lot, man. To still see him bringing the same sunshine he does each and every day. Happy for him.
All right, y'all got to give me a second to do my thing here, man. They just asked him how he feels about KB getting that bonus, y'all. He said all the right things. It's money time. Do y'all think that he means it? I don't know if y'all remember how the season started, but my man was holding out, not showing up to camp, wanted some new money in his contract and all that. Do y'all think that this man is happy that KB got that money. I don't think he cares. I don't think he's mad about it. But, I mean, y'all don't think that he's thinking to himself, why not me? Where's my bonus? Where's my incentives? I mean, it's not over yet. He's still got some incentives, from my understanding, that he can earn in his contract. But this was a question I don't think I would have asked him, knowing how the season started.
How much do you enjoy seeing Kendrick get that extra bonus in his contract?
Oh yeah, we love it.
He
We love
smiled
it,
immediately,
man.
so
We like it's
maybe
money
he is
talk. It's
happy.
money talk. It's a money grab, man. I love it, man. Happy for KB. Energy he brings, for him to come back. It meant a lot, honestly, because I wanted to play with KB. So it means a lot, man. Still see him bringing the same sunshine he does each and every day. Happy for him.
In that first catch, almost had it, and then it was called back. So kind of a little roller coaster emotionally for him.
Yeah, it was, and he bounced back quickly, and don't expect anything less from him.
After all you guys have been through this season, to have a chance at the 1 seed with 2 games to play, how impressive is it that you guys are just being able to grind it out week after week?
Let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Turn me up, man. Turn me up. It's just, that's the type that turn me up, man. You know what I'm saying? So to come out, we gotta finish it. We gotta finish it. It's like, making a good crossover and not hitting a 3. You gotta finish it.
You seem to pride yourself on contested catches. Do you enjoy that?
I enjoy it all. Even times when it might not look like I'm enjoying it. It's all about the love of the sport. So I enjoy every bit of it.
A couple more for JJ. This offense hasn't punted this month. What does it say that you guys have caught your stride at this stage of the season?
I say it's just a testament to the offense believing in what coaches preaches, and week in and week out, and just going out taking the practice to the game field.
Yesterday was kind of crazy how you got in the playoffs. Were you guys all watching together as a team that Lions Steelers game?
Nah, we was preparing for this game, so didn't have much time. Yeah.
Thanks, JJ.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, JJ.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Have a good night.
Now,
Merry Christmas.
Alfred Collins, come up really quick, y'all.
You want to be a Warrior mentality?
No, y'all don't get that off. No ads on my channel, baby. All right, here we go. Alfred Collins, man. Like I said, receiver, D-line, receiver, D-line. Here we go. Alfred Collins, man. Let's go.
NFL sack. Take us through it.
Come on, baby.
I blacked out, but, just very happy, I was able to do that for my team. And, first of many.
And CJ both. I mean, what are you gonna say about you guys?
Just a testament to our hard work and, our team, my teammates, D-line, pushing us, our coaches, everybody, pushing us to, be better and stuff. So, it's really all for them.
A little bit tougher start. Phillip Rivers was having a good first couple drives. What did you guys do to adjust?
Oh, we just, stuck to the plan. We fixed what we needed to fix and, continue to play.
Go ahead.
You seemed really happy when CJ got his sack.
Yeah, that's my dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing everybody else do their thing, it makes me so happy. So
Something a little extra when a guy that came in with you, your rookie class, and you're kind of new to the NFL with him, when you see you're right next to his success like that?
I've seen the journey, and, we're just getting started with just, first of many for both of us. So I'm just really happy for him.
How sweet was it for it to end on D's pick?
Whew. Man, that was nice. And then we had to go back. I was a little tired from celebrating, but so happy this defense is resilient and tough and gritty. So, it's awesome.
What was it like playing against Phillip Rivers tonight?
Oh, it was awesome for real. I mean, grew up watching him, and, he's a great quarterback. And, it was just a blessing to be on the same field as him. So.
Is it almost surreal to be playing against Phillip Rivers?
A little bit, yeah, for sure.
What was Salah like during the first couple drives? I mean, it was a little challenging out there, and you guys then turned it around.
Oh, like I said, he just, told us what we needed to get better at, what we need to do better, like from our part in the back end. So we did so, and we picked it up.
Did this feel like your most complete performance as a team this year?
Yeah, we played together. Offense did their thing, special teams did their thing, defense did their thing. We still got a lot of work to do, but it was a great game all together.
I love that last answer. I love that last answer, man. Round of applause for everybody that we heard from today. I got some comments in here that I have starred. I'm gonna answer those really quick. And kudos to the Niners. Great win for the team. And those guys went out there, man. It was just really, really good to see them play complimentary football. Even not punting is just something absolutely incredible, man. So just a couple quick things, and then I got to get up out of here. It is Christmas Eve, and I'm going to my dad's house in a few. My kids are hopefully ready. My wife is getting ready now. We got a lot of stuff to do today, but so listen, here we go, man. Captain Niner says here, with Saleh having head coach experience now, I've been wondering how Kyle has learned from him. Not so much X's and O's stuff, but overall team management, also known as letting players play at times, amongst other things. Robert Saleh has always seemed like, how do I break down the differences, I think, between Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan? I think both of them are heavy X's and O's guys. Like the system, the scheme, operate in it, right? But the offense gets to dictate to the opposing defenses. It's not usually the other way around. When defenses try to dictate, that usually involves like a blitz or something like that, and that leaves them vulnerable. And so with Robert Saleh, naturally, he has to trust what his players are saying. Hey, coach, I'm telling y'all, man, they haven't been picking up anybody over there on that side. If we blitz off of that side, we might be able to get some extra pressure on them and force an early throw, right? That's where the letting players play comes in with Captain Niner's comment here. I don't know how much Shanahan is doing that, but we also heard from Shanahan that when he was thinking about challenging that touchdown pass, he didn't know Brock was going to do a hurry up. So he is definitely loosening the reins a bit and letting these guys play. I don't know how many of the players on the current roster Kyle is letting call their own play at any certain time. Maybe they go back to the sideline after a series and yo, hey, listen, coach, they're biting on this every time I do it. I'm telling you we can get them. We saw a long play that Ricky Pearsall a couple weeks ago, and that was one of the things that they were discussing. Am I supposed to say that? Anyways, it was one of the things that they were discussing, hey, he's biting on this every time I do it. If I sell it and cut back in and run up the sideline, it's going to be wide open, and then they end up hitting it later on. So I do think that Kyle, not so much learning, maybe it is learning. I don't know. I don't know if he's getting it from Saleh or just experience in the NFL, especially when you're tapping into the depths of your roster the way that he has the last couple of seasons. He's definitely improving, though. And I do think that Robert Saleh brings some of that mentality with him. I think Gus Bradley brings some of that mentality with him. And as long as it's in this locker room, as long as it's inside and it's permeating through the building, I think we're going to be in good condition. I think we're going to be in good shape. So really, really good comment there. I wanted to respond to that. All right. Skooma87 says, I feel like he was happy for him. I think JJ is on his way to a bigger contract, too. So two things with this. I do think that it was sincere. I was just being a little messy there, right? I do think that it was sincerely a moment of happiness for him. I think that they all have been celebrating it, especially if KB is like, hey, guys, if I get this, I'm going to make sure that I pay y'all too, right? So not just because of the money, but just because you want to see somebody else be successful, right? And that's what it all comes down to. These guys don't throw the ball to themselves. They don't really control whether or not they're going to be able to earn those incentives or anything like that. All they can control is the options or opportunities that they get. That's it. That's all they can really control. And so I really liked that. You said here, I think JJ is on his way to a bigger contract too. I agree. The bad thing is I don't think it's going to be with the Niners. There's a lot of people out there that are saying that JJ should be paid more. He should be a focal point in someone's offense. I don't know if he's going to get that here. And in my opinion, the holdout this offseason speaks to that. I think if the Niners wanted to give him more money, coming off of a 1,000-yard season and all that, or just under a 1,000-yard season, whatever it was, they knew what he was capable of. They knew where he was and what he could do for this team, and they still chose not to. That tells me that he is due for a bigger contract. I think they respect it. That's why they didn't try to give him some little slap on the wrist. Here's a 3-year deal for $24 million or anything like that. I don't think they tried to do anything like that. I think that they feel that he's earned a little bit more, but I also think that they feel that he's not going to get that here, just with the way they value him. Not that they don't value him, but he's just not going to be a focal point here. All right. And while we're on Jawan Jennings, Niner Faithful 8080 says here that Richard Sherman says that he likes that Juwan Jennings is embracing the villain role. I do too. I'll be honest with you. I do too. And here's the reason. I can't tell you the last time a team won a Super Bowl and they didn't have a villain on the team. There wasn't somebody I just didn't want to see win it, right? It's like, oh man, like I hate this team. Like, right, even when the Eagles did it, you go back to the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and you know, there's people out there that don't like that the Chiefs get the official help and all that stuff, and you know, they never call the false start on the passing plays and all that, right? Like there's a whole bunch of, there has to be this villain aspect to it, right? It can't be all choir boys entering the building, we're gonna win. Like you can't do that, right? That's not how that's not fun. That's not football. We need a bad guy. We need somebody that people don't like. And for a split second, for a small portion of this season, I actually saw Fred Warner getting some of that hate. I saw a lot of videos coming out. This was like week 4, maybe-ish, around week 4, week 5, a week or two before the injury. I saw a lot of people saying that Fred Warner's a dirty player. People don't know he's a dirty player. He's a dirty player. And then all the clips that I saw was him throwing the peanut punch at the ball. And I'm like, you guys think that he's trying to punch players? Like, is that why? But hey, whatever villain arc you got to create, I'm with it, man. So I do like that happening for Juwan Jennings, and I do like him embracing it. I mean, it is what it is. Just, you know, don't do anything to go out there and get in physical fights. That's all I'm worried about. Let it be from the national media. Let it be from rumblings in between the whistles and in between the white. But make sure it doesn't spill out beyond there. I'm all for that kind of action. Niner Faithful did say and confirm that JJ, if he hits 600 receiving yards, he gets another $600,000. Yeah, I knew that he had. I knew that he had incentives in his contract and the way they restructured everything. So, you know. And the last comment here is you hear Santa Clara PD investigating BA speeding video. I did see it, and I couldn't care less, if I'm being completely honest with you. If they investigated, great. I've never received a ticket for something that no one clocked. A speeding camera didn't get. I've gotten speeding camera tickets before. Like there's certain parts of Philly that you drive through, certain roads. They have the cameras out there, and if you're going over a certain speed, they mail you the ticket. I've received those. I've never gotten a automobile ticket by something that wasn't officially clocked, like just going based off a video. That's going to be tough to prove in court. He can argue that the video was altered. There's just so much. I think they're kind of wasting their time with that. So, but like I said, I couldn't possibly care less. Give him a ticket. So, he's not going to care about that, right? Like, don't give him a ticket. So, it doesn't change anything. It's just, it's a little silly. And you talk about a villain arc. Holy shit, man, did everybody turn on Brandon Ayuk? I mean, that's the villain from within. I mean, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. So, it's all good, man. All right, guys, listen, I got to get up out of here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you all for rocking with us throughout this entire episode, man. Be sure to join the Patreon page as well, patreon.com/NB9ERS. That's where you guys get a lot of bonus stuff. I'll probably do some recording later on today. And it'll be uploads to the Patreon page. So shout out to everybody over there and all the different tiers. You guys know I break up how you guys receive those videos based off of the tiers and all that stuff. All right. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all that good stuff, man. Whatever it is that you guys are doing, man. You guys just be safe out there. Spread love, spread joy, and find some peace. All right, those are my final words for you guys. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. All right, you guys be safe out there. I'm gonna go out there and have some fun. I'm ready to eat, man. I heard what's on the menu for today, y'all. I am ready to throw down. Do you hear me? I am ready to grub a dub. You hear it? So I'm really psyched. I'm really psyched. All right. Let me see here. Was there anything else? Any other comments in here that I need to get to? Yeah. Oh, my man, first-time viewer, man. Okay, let's make some noise for that right there. I like that. I appreciate that, Scoot. Thank you, man. And or thank you, person. I don't know if it's male or female. No offense. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so let's have some fun, man. And hopefully you're back for more, man. If it's your first time here, and like I say at the beginning of the episode, if you like it, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when we're going live. Oh, man, you guys are popping them in here now. All right, hold on. I don't want to ignore anybody. What's your take on Nick Martin? Well, I mean, he's on IR now for the concussion, so maybe we get him back for the postseason. We got to see what happens. We got to see. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen enough of him on the field to give you anything conclusive. Way too early to call anybody a bust. Also, way too early to say this guy's going to be a future Pro Bowler. We just got to wait and see. We got to wait and see how it plays out. All right. Yes. Happy holidays to all the fans. Merry Christmas. So far, I haven't had anything to eat today, but we're going to my dad's house. My stepmom is Ecuadorian. She throws down in the kitchen. I bought a ham. There's going to be a ham there. We're going to have a bunch of Spanish food, some pollo guisado and all that. Oh, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm hoping that my dad did some ribs in addition to the ham. Oh, man, I'm going to be tore up. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Hopefully the next time you guys see me, I'm sitting back rubbing my belly. All right? You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. Let me get a plate. You got to come and get one, man. Come on, man. My stepmom, man, she is welcoming to all. I tell her, hey, Mom, I got a couple friends coming over. She's like, the more the merrier. She doesn't hesitate. She doesn't hate at all. She is going to welcome everybody with open arms. And that's just how we are as a family. That's how we are as a faithful family, too, man. We're welcoming to all. All right? Even the haters. Even the haters. So that's going to do it, man. I appreciate you all. I'm getting up out of here, man. Prepare for glory. Anticipate pain. But always, and I mean always, remain faithful. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. See, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us,